Good day viewers, welcome to another edition of the Daily Strange Stories. I'm John Brown. I trust you've navigated the start of the week with energy and optimism. Our lead story for today. South Africa's most dangerous and highly connected criminal, more shocking details about Cat Matlala revealed. Imagine a game of chess, but the pieces are government contracts, the board is South Africa, and one player seems to know all the secret moves. That player is Vusimusi Cat Matlala. This isn't just a story about alleged corruption, it's about a master strategist who has allegedly outmaneuvered the system, amassing wealth and power while facing serious criminal accusations. We're going to break down his playbook, expose his tactics, and reveal the players who have helped him along the way. Get ready for a deep dive into the world of high-stakes deals and shadowy alliances. Cat Matlala's rise involves a mix of business savvy and questionable tactics. Just 6 months before landing a major tender worth 360 million rand from the South African Police Service, he rented a clinic space right on police property. This happened at the Pretoria West Training Academy, where he secured a 750 square meter building for 40,000 rand a month. The Department of Public Works had spent 46 million rand to renovate this space, turning a disused hospital into something ready for use. Matlala signed the lease on the 30th of November 2023, and officials from the department approved it 2 weeks later. The agreement allowed his company, Medicare24 Tshwane District, to occupy the premises for 5 years, starting in January 2024 and running until the end of December 2029. This move showed incredible confidence, as if he already knew the big tender was coming his way. In the end, his company never actually moved into the building, leaving many to wonder about the real purpose behind the lease. The tender itself focused on providing health services to about 180,000 police officers and support staff over 3 years. The South African Police Service published the notice for this contract shortly after Matlala locked down the lease. His bid won out against established companies, including some listed on the Johannesburg Stock Exchange. At the time, Matlala was already under scrutiny for his role in a 2.3 billion rand corruption probe at Tembisa Hospital, with investigations by the Special Investigating Unit and the Hawks looking into procurement fraud. His company was less than 5 years old, operating from a strip mall in Boksburg, and he had a criminal record that should have raised alarms. Yet, the bid evaluation and adjudication committees overlooked these issues, allowing the deal to proceed. An internal audit later exposed serious problems with how the tender was handled. The specifications did not meet standards set by the South African National Accreditation System. The bid was not advertised for the required 21 days, and once submissions came in, they were not stored securely. The audit report noted that the specifications failed to encourage broad competition while ensuring key performance needs were met. Due diligence on the 22 bids was inadequate, and a close look at Matlala's submission was particularly weak. Scorecards and evaluations from panel members went missing from the files. Even more concerning, auditors found signs of misrepresentation, changes to bid documents, and fronting in what Matlala submitted. Fronting became a key issue here. Matlala presented himself as the president of the Medicare24 Group, a network of occupational health clinics based in Mpumalanga. In reality, he was just a franchisee running a small shelf company that adopted the group's branding to bid for the tender. This created a false image of his experience and the size of his operation, making it seem capable of handling such a large contract. In the company profile he used for the lease application, he is described as a renowned entrepreneur and investor with accolades from international and African business circles. It highlights his belief in investing in his home country to create jobs and prosperity, addressing societal issues. Nowhere does it mention his franchise status, which could support claims of fronting if the same profile was used in the tender bid. The Department of Public Works has since promised to investigate the lease. When the minister learned about it, he demanded all relevant documents and is now reviewing the processes. Initial checks have spotted potential weaknesses in internal controls, which are being looked into further. This lease agreement hints at Matlala's ability to predict and influence outcomes, almost like he had inside information. Payments under the tender started flowing, but red flags kept appearing. By the time National Police Commissioner General Fannie Masemola cancelled the contract on the 12th of May, Matlala had already received 18 million rand. The cancellation came after a draft audit report highlighted risks of doing business with him. In the 103 days before the deal was fully stopped, a total of 50 million rand had been paid out. The reasons for cancellation included underperformance, irregularities in bid documents, hiring unauthorized personnel, false claims about staff and authority, misrepresentation of the company's structure, unreported changes in directors, and fronting. Further investigations revealed Matlala's connections ran deep into the police ranks. One key figure, Brigadier Petunia Lenono, who headed the police's psychology services, served on both the bid specification and evaluation committees. She resigned just days after the tender award and later joined Matlala as a consultant.
Many people were aware that I left SAPS. As a consultant, you cannot do business without networking. So since I left at the end of June, I have been recommended by many people for different jobs, because they know that I am good at what I do, and I take my word seriously. So ever since I left, many people have been recommending me to do various jobs. And to say that, did I know Mr. Matlala before then? No. No, I didn't.
So how did your relationship form after you left the police, you say?
I left the police on the 30th of June, 2024. It was only towards the end of January, 2025, that I met the executive of Medicare through a recommendation. Yes, and I am an independent service provider. I do have experience. I do have the knowledge. And here is a service provider that needs assistance. So, what is wrong with that?
I guess what makes people uncomfortable is that the people that sit on these evaluation committees, as you said yourself, they've got to make declarations. So
this move violated employment restrictions in the contract, providing immediate grounds for cancellation. It seems she fits the description of unauthorized personnel mentioned in the audit. Matlala's links extended to other officials. He channeled money to high-ranking police members after securing the tender. For instance, payments appeared intended for Brigadier Rachel Mchunu in the finance section and Captain Brian Cartwright in procurement management. Cartwright helped shape the tender specifications and sat on the evaluation committee. Bank records show these funds went through proxy companies to hide their true recipients. One example involves a 100,000 rand payment on the 4th of February from Lutho Africa Brand Investments, a company directed by Matlala, to Osizweni Meat Hyper, a butchery in Mamelodi run by Modigi Gegana. Mchunu and Gegana are connected through social media, and it was Mchunu who requested the payment, providing Gegana's bank details. She seems to have been the end beneficiary. Another payment of 5,000 rand on the 17th of April went from Lutho to Mr. Simon General Supplies, a dormant company registered in 2022 but deregistered for not filing returns. Its director, Mark Simon Liu, changed his surname to Cartwright last October. He is tied to Brian Cartwright through family events and photos. Mark Cartwright admitted a friendship with Matlala, claiming the money was for washing cars, including a bonus, but details remain murky. Matlala's influence reached even higher. He provided lavish hotel penthouse stays for former police minister Bheki Cele, during whose term the tender was awarded.
I don't know his house. I don't know his wife. He doesn't know my house. He doesn't know my wife. Doesn't know my family and all. So it can't be my friend. He's an acquaintance because we talk to him about issues. He sent the message to the management of Capitac, where he has this flat stroke penthouse, saying to the management, this is my friend, Bheki is my friend and a business partner. If he comes there, please open the place to sleep. I must admit, SC, It would be nice to get a free place to sleep. It would be nice to go to Pretoria and sleep free when you don't work. Even if you work, you would have taken it, but then report and declare that has happened. But it's not true that I'm his business partner.
These gestures underscore his reach into top levels of law enforcement. The tender scandal is now under criminal investigation by the Investigating Directorate Against Corruption, likely pulling in figures like Cartwright and Mchunu. Attempts to get comments from them went unanswered. Matlala's past adds layers to his story. His criminal history stretches back 25 years, with a conviction for house burglary in Pretoria in 2001. This should have been caught during tender due diligence, especially since he was the sole director of his company at the time. Over the years, he has faced arrests in multiple cases, though most were withdrawn. In 2000, charges for theft of motor vehicles in Brooklyn, Silverton, and Valeria, plus possession of suspected stolen property, all got dropped. In 2001, he was found guilty of burglary in Sinoville. By 2006, he faced burglary charges in Littleton and was acquitted in a cash-in-transit heist case in Valwater. In 2011, a motor vehicle theft charge in Sunnyside was withdrawn. House robbery in Alberton in 2013, carjacking and possession of stolen goods in Silverton in 2015, and a 2016 Sandton arrest for possessing illegal firearms, impersonating police, resisting arrest, and assaulting an officer, all withdrawn. In 2018, an attempted murder charge in Olivenhoutbosch was dropped. Currently, in 2025, he faces pending charges in Midrand for attempted murder, conspiracy, and money laundering.
The applicant is, by his own admission, a dangerous criminal with no regard for human life. Apart from arranging the killing of Mr. Biyani in cold blood, he endangered the lives of the occupants of the motor vehicle they were travelling in. 15.2. The crimes that he is charged with are at this stage conspiracy to commit murder, 3 counts of attempted murder and money laundering, and if he is convicted will face long-term imprisonment.
The pattern of allegations across 3 separate incidences, the Tobayani shooting, the Sibanyoni shooting, and the DJ Wetty shooting, suggest a repeated modus operandi involving target violence. Even accepting that the applicant disputes the allegation, the gravity and the consistency of the state's version creates a substantial risk that his release would endanger the safety and the security of the complainants and the wider community. Having evaluated the evidence, the court finds the applicant has failed to demonstrate that he does not pose a flight risk. The applicant has failed to dispel the risk of interference with state witnesses and obstruction of justice. The nature and seriousness of the offences demonstrate a clear danger to the safety of the community. The state's case viewed at this stage cannot be described as weak. In the light of these findings, the court is not persuaded and satisfied that the applicant has established exceptional circumstances which, in the interest of justice, permits his release on bail. The application for bail is accordingly refused.
The 2016 Sandton incident stands out. Police spotted a suspicious BMW with altered license plates in a mall basement. Inside, they found 2 R5 rifles, reflective vests, magazines, ammunition, a torch, battery booster, police caps, a hand radio, jamming devices, and cable ties. Matlala was arrested with others, including Gachiso Letwaba, a convicted murderer linked to crime boss Radovan Krejcir. Letwaba had escaped court after a life sentence for killing German businessman Uwe Gimbala in 2010. Charges against Matlala were later withdrawn.
We cannot rule out the possibility that at a later stage we will then go back and investigate why do we have more than 13 cases withdrawn against Cat Matlala. We will go back to ask ourselves why was he not found guilty in some of these cases. I mean, you're talking about a 2006 cash in transit heist that he was found not guilty on.
His nickname, Cat, might come from surviving serious wounds in a heist, like a cat with 9 lives. Or it could stem from street slang in Mamelodi, where Gatse means cat and refers to cash-in-transit robberies. Matlala has laughed off questions about its origin but never explained. Recently, Matlala was arrested in a high-stakes operation by the Special Task Force. He faces charges for 3 counts of attempted murder and conspiracy related to botched hits on his former lover, actress Tebogo Tobejene, taxi boss Joe Sibanyoni, and DJ Vetis, also known as Seunki Mogubung. The arrest happened while he traveled in a Mercedes-Benz Maybach with protectors. Officers surrounded the vehicle at gunpoint and took them into custody without resistance. Testimony before the Matlala Commission and a parliamentary committee positions Matlala as an underworld leader who has influenced high-ranking officials, including now-suspended Police Minister Senzo Mchunu. One witness claimed Matlala paid 500,000 rand to support Mchunu's bid for ANC presidency. He is also linked to the Big Five drug cartel through associates like Katiso Molefe, arrested for murders including that of engineer Amon Swart in April 2024, DJ Somebody in 2022, and DJ Vintos. Witnesses from Gauteng Organized Crime and the Political Killings Task Team have shared harrowing accounts of threats while investigating these cases. Their testimonies, held in private for safety, describe constant dangers. One officer received a call warning that she had been followed for 8 days, with details about her family and home. She and her colleagues now live under 24-hour protection, unable to visit courts freely, meet family, or even go to the gym or malls. They carry case dockets with them everywhere to prevent tampering, and have faced attempts to run them off the road after court appearances. These officers speak of isolation, as colleagues avoid them out of fear. They worry about threats not just from criminals but from within the police. Despite this, the gratitude from victims' families motivates them. Families appreciate the ongoing work to bring justice, even in unsolved cases.
And there's this one particular utterance that was uttered by a certain lady that I think it's also worth mentioning. She was like saying out loud, like more like bragging, and intentionally so, because we were close by. It's like, you know, when someone is trying to indirectly convey a message to you, but not really saying it to you, but knowing very well that you'll get the message. She said, Katie will make this thing disappear. Like, we didn't understand where does it come from and why is it necessary and why so loud and so bragging, why also next to us. I've noted that most of the people that were at court now, we were all out in front of the court, but we were standing like not far from each other, still briefing with each other. I was briefing with my colleagues. They were standing just there looking at us. And I've noted, and I told my colleagues to say, you know what, those people, I feel like they want to see which car we're going to ride in. I don't feel comfortable going to the car because I was supposed to drive my car all alone, and I didn't feel comfortable about that. And then, but anyway, the team felt that we will stand here until when, if they don't move. If eventually they want to see that and they invested to see it, then they won't move until we move, and then we'll wait here until when. And then I then asked one of my colleagues to come drive my car because I didn't feel good about it. And then indeed we drove in 3 different cars, and then witness B being the one at the back, I guess he touched on this, and then he noticed certain things, and then he contacted us about those, and then we stopped at the garage not far in the town there. And then we debriefed, and then we tried to say, let's now, you keep driving, like not jumping into that car because I cannot drive alone now. And then let's see if they're still following us. And then indeed, they keep on following us, of which it was noted they even tried to drive us off the road. And then amongst the cars, if I may make mention, at a later stage, we will get to know who are they linked to. Not all of them, but one of the cars that were in the convoy that was following us, driving us off-road, when we're doing other duties where the suspects are concerned, we find it parked there in that house. So we started to recall to say, oh, but this car is one of those cars.
Matlala's involvement in the Tembisa hospital scandal ties back to the murder of whistleblower Babita Deokaran in August 2021. As Chief Director for Financial Accounting in Gauteng's Health Department, Deokaran uncovered massive fraud, flagging companies linked to Matlala like Black AK Trading, Korgabing Trading, and Falcon Cat Trading. These received 5 million rand in 1 month through fake documents. She withheld payments and warned her superior that their lives might be in danger if the scheme was discovered. 2 weeks later, she was killed outside her home after dropping her daughter at school. Deokaran's death exposed a broader corruption network at the hospital involving 3 billion rand in contracts. Investigations revealed how tenders meant to empower black businesses had turned into a playground for connected individuals. Matlala's gains from Tembisa paved the way for his police tender, even as probes into Deokaran's killing continued. His lifestyle reflects his wealth: cosmetic surgeries for his wife, multiple luxury homes, and supercars, while staff and suppliers went unpaid. He channeled funds to Captain Cartwright through proxies and provided penthouse stays for Cele. After the police tender, he resigned as director of his company, handing control to a 29-year-old woman without business experience. In December last year, police raided Matlala's home over a kidnapping linked to his business partner Jerry Boshocha. This, combined with the tender revelations, led Mchunu to audit the process.
On that day, Jerry got a call from the business partner that they should meet.
Mm-hmm. Is this a known business partner?
Very known.
Okay. Okay.
My brother knows. You've seen them.
Okay.
So can you imagine how trauma he saw everything? And where they drove there, Jerry was not with his bodyguards at that day.
Right.
Yeah. Crazy. That's actually insane. He wasn't. He's like, you know what, Dimi, please can you just drive me quickly to Centurion? Let me just meet with this business partner. They got there, Jerry got out of the car. Dimi's Bheki. He got out of the car. They spoke maybe like for 5 minutes. Jerry got inside the car.
Inside the Bheki?
The Bheki, just to let Dimi know that, listen, I'm just rushing quickly down the road. My business partner wants to show me some new building where we're going to be doing a new project for the business. I'll be back. Just give me 10 minutes. Dimi's like, okay, sure. That was it. The rest is history. Dimi called the wife after like 30 minutes or an hour. So I was like, hey, happy I've been waiting for Jerry. Jerry's not here. What's up? Haven't you had a call? The phone is off. The wife's like, no, not yet. Why, what's up? It's like, hey, since that time, the phone is off. It's unlike him. After 5 minutes, the lady calls the wife. Calls...
Dumi?
Yes. Jerry fatong phone in. Arbam kidnapping. Yes. Dimi got the call after she's spoken to the wife. Wanna go high? Happy banter. Ban kidnapping. That was it. After that, the rest is history. That's when the money, the torturing the family. We've been tortured so much. Getting threats that if we don't do this, you know, they're going to make the videos torturing him viral. This is why I got so mad.
I'm dying. This is too serious. Please help me. Please. I can't die like this. I'm begging you, my love. Look at me now. I really need this money. You know I work hard. Can't be treated like this. I'm dying here, man. Please talk to your father. Talk to all our sources. We need this money. You need to pay these guys. Please, I need this money to save my life. Talk to your father very strongly. Talk to everyone that owes us money very strongly. I'm dying. This is too serious. I really need you. Please, mother. Please come and pay. Pay everything that they want. Please. I'm begging you. You're the only one who can help me. Please, mother. Please. My son is asking for help and I can't help him. Nobody can help him. I get messages that Jerry's best friend, Cat Vusimusi, is the one who is involved in this kidnapping. And I feel so bad and it hurt me so much that I know Vusi. I've met Vusi. I know Vusimatlala's wife. I was once sitting at the same table having lunch with Vusimatlala's wife.
The story of Matlala's 9 Lives investigation by News24 highlighted his resilience amid scandals. As of today, Matlala remains in custody, expected to apply for bail soon, where he must declare all convictions and pending cases. His connections to figures like Krejcir's hitmen, cartel members, and top police officials make him a symbol of how crime and corruption intersect in South Africa. What do you think should happen next to people like Cat Matlala who exploit government systems and endanger honest officials? Which penalty or sentence do you think Cat Matlala deserves if found guilty? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching this news bulletin. Please share your opinion in the comments section. We would be glad to read and respond to your comments. Let's meet again tomorrow in our next strange story. Have a focused and efficient Tuesday.